Welcome to the John McAllister Report, where John McAllister, top football evaluator, interviews college and high school coaches and athletes from around the country. Sit back and enjoy today's podcast.
Hello, this is John McAllister, and today we're going to go around the state, and my guest is going to be a junior quarterback from Cincinnati Walnut Hills High School, and his name is TJ Nelson. I watched him last year as a sophomore. He was a starting quarterback, and then I saw him at a camp this year, 2 camps, and then I really looked forward to doing a video podcast with him. He's a class act, he's articulate, he's a good quarterback, and he's going to get better and better. So if you'll sit back and enjoy my video podcast with TJ Nelson, quarterback, junior class from Cincinnati Walnut Hills High School. TJ, how are you today? What's happening?
I'm pretty good. How you doing?
I'm good. I said something about you have workouts today. Are they pretty? Are there a lot now? Are you guys getting into it pretty heavy?
Yeah, we're going 3 times a week, and sometimes, like me and my guys, we go to the field when we don't have practice and get some more work in.
Get some more work in. That's super. That's super. You got a pretty good receiver coming back too, don't you?
Yes, I do. Davion Bostic.
Yeah, Bostic is coming back, I thought. Okay, you're a quarterback 6'1", on a good day, 185.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that sounds really good, and you can run. But
Mm-hmm.
let's talk about football first. Why football? I did a little research, and you were a tight end until the 6th grade, right?
Yes,
Huh?
sir, I was.
Then you switched to quarterback. You were probably one of the bigger guys on the team, so you had to play tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about quarterback, and tell me about football first. Why football? What makes it so great?
I've played football since I was probably 3 years old, maybe, and I've played football and basketball, but I've always loved football more than basketball. I don't know what it was, but there was just something about the game of football that just brought me joy that was unmatched to anything. And I played basketball all throughout probably I think until 8th grade year, and I still always wanted to focus on football. Just my parents made me play basketball. But I think it's just the fact that when I'm on the field, it's like nothing else exists. It's just me, the football, my teammates, and I can just have fun. And it just takes my mind off of everything.
That's really good. And then I would guess, and sometimes I give this question, do you love football or do you like football? And to go to play college ball and the things that you've said right there, you better love it, because it's not all peaches and cream.
Right.
You got to love the tough parts too and things.
Yeah,
and,
there's some hard times about it.
But you got to come back and do that. That's really good. Okay, you mentioned playing basketball. Okay, do you think people should play 2 sports? How do you think about that?
I've been going back and forth. I think that 2 sports is beneficial in high school just because you experience more and you're active year round. And basketball, as in terms of football and basketball can teach you footwork and things like that just regular agility drills can't do. So I think it is beneficial.
Okay. Now, the thing when I go look at quarterbacks play basketball, the first thing I look at is leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Leadership. And when things get tough, does that quarterback step up? And, just little silly things like that. Footwork is really good. And, there's so much other things to go with that. Okay.
Right.
Is there anybody that's been kind of a uh, push for you? Not a push, but kind of driven you, kind of helped you focus, kind of encouraged you? Anybody like that?
Probably my brother. I have an older brother named Michael. He's adopted, but he's been with my family since before I was born. And every time I talk to him, he's always asking, "What are you doing to get better? What are you doing? Are you training? Are you doing this, this, and that?" And I love talking to him, so like it pushes me to be better, so I have something to tell him about, like just so he can like know that I'm out here working and that I'm getting better every day.
Yeah, that's really good. Number one thing I would tell you, being adopted and you listen to him and everything, and you're close
Mhm.
to him and stuff, that doesn't always happen, but that sounds really good. That's a quality for you, by the way. Okay, let's talk. In my wall here, I even have little sayings at my old age, and one of them is find a way to make it work. Okay, find a
Mhm.
way to get it done. Find a way, and even at 73, do you have any sayings that you live by, or any words that you live by? Any little quotes in the back of your mind?
Yeah, I have one, and it's I am greater than symbol I was, which just means like I'm greater than I was. So like I think about that sometimes, and it's like today I can be better than yesterday. Today I'm better. I'm a better person than I was last week, last year, a couple years ago. So it just pushes me to grow every day.
That's really good. I may write that one down. Every once in a while, guy talk to you, you give me things. I think that's really good. And I could even use that for myself, I think. Okay,
Mhm.
let's talk about let's talk about football. Let's talk about quarterbacking, which you do. Why quarterback? I told you I was joking, kind of joking with you. You were a tight end when you were younger, almost junior high. Why? What makes quarterbacking so good?
I feel like I like quarterback um because like the leadership aspect. Because I'm a natural leader. I've always been a natural leader, and it's hard to do it. It's not hard, but it's easier to do it at a position that everybody relies on. And
Right.
everybody looks at a quarterback when things get rough. Everybody looks at a quarterback as somebody to push you, motivate you, like when things are down. So, like me being a leader, I feel like quarterback is the position for me.
Did you start last year as a sophomore?
Yes, sir.
That's what I was really sure, but I mean, you began the season quarterbacking, and that says a lot for you being a sophomore because you got to get the respect, earn the
Of the scene.
respect of those big linemen that things are tough and they're struggling, and all of a sudden you come in, they look to you and say, "You better get it done, man,"
Mm-hmm.
and you do it.
Right,
That
right.
sounds really good. That's really good. Uh, what are your strengths as a quarterback?
I say my strengths are making things happen on the ground and along with through the air. Like this off season, I've worked a lot over accuracy, especially over the middle and on deep out routes, corner routes. And I feel like my game next year, my strengths are going to be throwing on the run, escaping the pocket, stepping up in the pocket, making throws when like there's a defender in my face, tight windows, things like that.
That's good. Okay, it's my chance to evaluate you. Okay. Number
Okay.
one, I think I told you earlier before we came on that I think you're better in games than you are in maybe camps.
Hmm.
It's more natural. I think in games, it's you. It's more TJ. It's more that you're not trying to impress. Oh, you are, but you're not. You're not trying to impress. I think the thing is, I really think you throw a good ball. I think you're accurate and little things now. And don't do this to me this year, but when you can escape, and you can also run, just take off running, but you have good escapability, but you hold the ball, you don't run right away. Does that make sense? You don't point as soon as you. I mean, you're still, your eyes are always downfield. It looks like on video. You're looking and looking, and you're able to hit the second receiver. Now, I would tell you this. We've got quarterback gurus now trying to make everybody Patrick Mahomes, and not everybody is Patrick Mahomes. Okay,
Right,
or what?
right.
They're not that guy. But we have quarterback gurus thinking you can, and that's just, you got to be yourself, because there aren't many of those guys out there. There aren't many Joey Burrows out there right now. And do your thing. I think that's a strength that you have. And then also, you seem to have a feel. You have a feel for pressure, and then when you flat out run, you can run, but you also make plays. You extend plays, and I think that's really good. And extending them because you have to, not because you want to. And it probably doesn't make sense to you.
No, it
but
does. It does.
You wait. You wait, and there are guys that extend. Patrick Mahomes, he doesn't want to run all the time. He doesn't want to throw sideways and sidearm, but he has to do that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. What do you have to work on?
Probably just a couple things. One is staying consistent. Consistency, I've been trying to work on that all off season, and I've gotten better at it, but I still need to work on it in these coming months before the season starts. So staying consistent, and just like my head when it's in the game, like next play mentality, because I've been working on like getting in rhythms when I train with my quarterback coach, just getting in rhythms, and like I have a bad throw, they make up for it, just the next throw, things like that.
Don't overdo it though. Still be who you are. That's good. Okay, first silly question. I have 3 of them. First one, who would you exchange places with for one day, 24 hours? If you could be somebody else, who would it be?
Probably J. Cole, the rapper.
Whoa, man. Okay, I know a few of them, but I don't know that one. Tell me who it is.
So J. Cole, he's a rapper, and he's probably one of the most like lyrical rappers of this generation.
Okay.
And he's just smart. Like he raps about like not stupid stuff like a lot of the other rappers nowadays, but he like actually puts substance into his songs. And he's also a professional basketball player overseas.
Okay.
And I feel like I could just learn from him, because like he's already a multi-millionaire, 100-millionaire, but he's still like pursuing his dreams in basketball overseas.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I can learn from him and things like he has to offer, like little nuggets that he can drop in me.
Well, that's really good. That's good. I got to remember that and drop that name once in a while. And everybody will think I'm cool. You guys will think I'm cool if I know that guy. Okay. How about school? How's school going for you?
Pretty good. School's going pretty good.
Walnut Hills is a pretty good school, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's thought of well, I think. What do you like in school, classes wise? What do you enjoy?
I enjoy math a lot.
Oh man, that's really good. I hate
calculations.
That's good. That opens up a lot of areas for you.
Right.
Math, with being able to enjoy math and stuff. I taught English for 31 years, so I'm an English guy. Okay. But that's really good. What do you think about majoring in? It's a long ways away for you, but it's not. What do you think about down the road majoring in?
I want to major in something in business. I know that a lot of people major in business, but business majors open a lot of doors for you.
Yeah, a lot open.
And I want to do something that has to do with entrepreneurship. So I'm not sure what it is yet, but I just know that that's the route I want to go.
Well, that's really good. That's good. Okay, you're going to be a junior, but a freshman, you see a freshman dragging, especially a quarterback. And when August, the first week in August, when it's really hot and you're grinding, what are you going to tell him when he says, I think I'm going to quit? What are you going to
That's
tell him?
a sticky situation because one, sometimes people just aren't cut out for football, and you can tell early on. Like if I
I
see him
agree.
all summer, if I see him all summer and like he doesn't really seem like he loves the game at all, and then August comes and we have first day of two a days or whatever, and he looks like he's about to quit, then there's not really much I can do because he already doesn't have a love for the game. But if I see him working all summer from June or even from March, April,
Yeah,
May, June,
yeah.
and I know he loves the game, but just that one day he's like not in it, he's not feeling it, then I can just tell him like these days, like once we get into mid-August, August 18th, our first game, and you know what it's like to get a win, you know what it's like to be on the field and feel that joy of playing with your brothers, like it's all gonna make it worth it. And like there's this saying that one of my old coaches has said, and it was oh, I can't remember it, but it was basically talking about how pain is temporary, but you can feel the joy for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. Joy's eternal. Yeah. I think I've heard that one, by the way.
Hmm.
It sounds really good. Okay. We talked about improving, I think. What did you say? Your accuracy you have to improve on in football
Uh
as a
oh,
quarterback?
just my next play mentality and
Yeah,
consistency.
that's right. Okay. Because I think that probably, and I think being a leader, I don't know, I can't see that on video, but I would say that just keep working hard and be who you are. And
Hmm.
sometimes we get caught up in being somebody else, and that doesn't really get it in the when it comes crunch time. Okay, let's talk about energy. I'm talking about energy to everybody, and I have energy, and I need energy sometimes. What kind of energy will you bring to your football team and your whole program? What kind of energy when you walk in, TJ? What kind of energy do you bring to your team?
Well, I try to bring like just a sense of joy because I like laughing a lot, so I make jokes with my teammates a lot. So like I'll walk in the door and then everybody's like, TJ's here, TJ, like that. And then like it just sparks the locker room. And I just feel like me being a quarterback, the fact that I have all my teammates around me and my teammates love being around me, that gives our team a sense of chemistry and a sense of like bonding going into the season.
That's really good. That's super. Oh, it leads me into another question, kind of a silly question. What do you hope your teammates say about you behind your back? What, what,
uh,
what do
Hope
they
it's
say
something
about
good. I mean,
you?
uh, I'm not sure.
Okay, you're hoping they say nice things, right? That he's a
Yeah, right,
leader.
right.
Boy, TJ's working hard, stuff like that, right?
Yeah,
You're
something like
hoping
that.
that. That's good. Okay. Any kind of, I call it a scrapbook moment. Any time in your young career that you had like something you'll never forget, a play or a game that you'll never. It'll be when your buds get around and you guys talk about it years from now. Will there be anything you're this early in your career? You know, if
Uh,
not, that's okay.
there's
Yeah,
yeah, there's two moments. There's a good moment and a bad moment, and they
okay.
both came in the same game. Um, the good moment, we were playing Lebanon, and we were down uh 7-14, 6-14. We're down 6-14, and it's like 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and we get the ball. It's 1st and 10. We got a mesh concept called, and I drop back, and nothing's open, and I take off up the middle, get to the sideline, and I go 75 yards for a touchdown. And then like that was the first breakout run I had all year, and it was on the last game of the season.
Okay.
And like we still talk about it to this day.
Okay.
And
I'm waiting for
then
the bad one.
the
Okay.
the bad one, we were also playing Lebanon, and we were in double overtime, and it was 27-28, and we were going for the 2 point because the game had already got delayed, and we were in
Yeah.
double overtime, so it's really late. Everybody's getting tired, so we just tried to end it. So we're going for the 2 point, and we had our outside receiver motioned in, and he had a speed out, and then our slot receiver had a corner, and this I threw it to the speed out, and it got broken up at the
Oh,
goal line,
oh.
and like a heart was broken. Heart was broken.
Hey, let's talk about one more thing.
Okay.
Why would I drive the Walnut Hills to recruit you? Why am I going to go down there this fall and say, hey, I need to see TJ Nelson play? Why would I do that? What quality do you have? Not athletic. What quality do you have that I know I want to recruit you?
I think it just comes back to my leadership because everybody doesn't have natural leadership. And I feel like that's just something that I was born with. And uh, it's important that a quarterback can lead a team and a team can surround you, and that you can light up a locker room. And I just feel like that is something that's irreplaceable no matter what the athletic ability is.
Sounds good. TJ, I really appreciate you taking the time to do this podcast.
Thanks for
Okay.
having me.